morning, guys, and welcome back to another day in my life as a marketing specialist. Today I know is going to be a busy one, so I just wanted to jump in here and kind of give a little intro to this video. Today is Friday and it's currently 7:53. Bear's here hanging out with me on the couch before I leave for the day. Yeah, today's going to be a busy day. Fridays are hit or miss, whether they're busy or not, because they're the end of the week. Everything has to be sent off and all set for the weekend. So this week is a busy Friday. Have a lot of things and projects to turn in. So I'll take you guys along with me throughout my day and kind of explain what those projects are. Then I'll give you guys a little Q&A on my last video of day in the life of a digital marketing specialist. You guys had some comments and questions, and I just wanted to explain those a little bit better in this video. So I'm going to do a little Q&A at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. And also don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. I'm trying to reach 200 for the month of September, and I think that's completely doable. So we're almost there. I would love it if you guys would subscribe to my channel. I post every Monday, and I do a lot of content like this and a lot of just lifestyle vlogs as well. So yes, I would really appreciate any support that I could get. And also don't forget to comment if you guys have any questions in this video that I didn't answer in the Q&A, or you guys were just curious about. Feel free to leave them down below and I'll respond to them in the comments. So let's get started with my day. I'm gonna head out now, go grab some Starbucks, and head off to the office. So before I headed off, I just wanted to give you guys a little outfit of the day. So I'm wearing this really cute, like, bohemian floral blouse from American Eagle, and I have it tucked into my Abercrombie & Fitch jeans, and I just have my brown heels from Target. So this one is a little bit more of a business casual outfit as opposed to the one that I wore in my last video, but I like to switch it up, and you know, whatever feels right that day is what I'll wear.
Don't worry, baby, don't worry. Referencing a Starbucks link. You got it. 1326.
Thank you.
So you don't worry.
Alright, thank you.
Don't worry.
Thank you too. So this morning in particular, Gary and I decided to do a little promo team meeting. That's the team that we are on specifically, just because we knew we had a bunch of stuff due today and we kind of wanted to recap what we had to get done today. Here we are just like discussing everything that we need to do. Because I did forget my AirPods this morning, I'm going to be using my Bose noise canceling headphones to listen to music. About an hour or so into working, it was time for the team presentation. There's multiple teams in our department, and every month a different team presents what their current project is. So it is lunchtime here at the office. I think it's a little before 12, and Gary and I were first in line because they had really good lunch today. On Fridays they either have Chipotle or we order from this local pizzeria called Nice Guys, and they have really cool pizzas with different toppings and stuff. We went to go get some of that. We were like the first ones in line for that. Just gonna take a quick little lunch break and then get back to work. We had a meeting right before lunch, so I wasn't able to work on as many of the projects as I would have liked to, but I did get to finish one, and then I'm gonna have a bunch of other ones to finish after lunch. So like I said, busy day, still have a lot of stuff to do, so yeah. So this is the pizza from Nice Guys. Here we have street corn pizza, has like corn, sauce, all sorts of stuff on top of it. This one is the buffalo chicken tender pizza, and that one's my absolute favorite. And then they have salad, and yeah, that's my lunch. Now that it's after lunch and I have my energy back up, I can take on the rest of my day and finish up these projects that I've been talking about and make sure everything is all set for the weekend. I am doing a Q&A at the end of this video, so here it is, answering all your questions that you had from the comments of my previous video. Like I said, if you have any other questions or are wondering about anything else, just leave them down in the comments below and I will definitely respond to you. And if there's enough questions, I could even do another Q&A. So my first question that I had was, what are some productivity tools that I use on a daily basis throughout my day? Productivity tools I would consider to be like my email, our Google Drive, and SharePoint. I mean, they're just like necessities. Like, we need to use those on a day-to-day basis. Maybe not always the Google Drive. There are certain documents that we collaborate on, and it's just easier to put it in the drive and then just let everybody work on it through that. SharePoint, in case you guys aren't familiar with that, is basically like a calendar system. SharePoint is basically like where you can put calendar entries, and that's how I manage my calendar. And when I'm talking about like I manage a calendar full of promotions, that's the tool and program that we are using in order to do that. To go along with that question, what are some organization apps that we use on a day-to-day basis? And personally, I don't have any apps because I'm the type of person that likes to leave work at work. I just want to leave work and make sure that I'm unplugged. So I don't like to put anything on my phone that would incentivize me to work more when I get home. So other than my Google Drive, but that's used for so many other things. Things that make my life easier at work that has to do with organization is super important. This is like a super important thing that I have become so organized by and that I didn't think of doing when I didn't have this job, which is SubInboxes. So basically SubInboxes is when you make an inbox underneath your inbox and label it for specific things. So banners, if we're receiving banner proofs, then I will make an inbox just for banner proofs and drag everything into there. There are certain things that you can do, like if you know you only get certain emails from a certain person, all have to pertain with the same thing, then I will make a rule so that every time I get an email from that person, it's being sorted to that inbox. So it's super easy to find and it doesn't make your inbox as cluttered, and it's not as overwhelming when you come in the morning and you have like 50 emails in your inbox, because that can be super overwhelming. So I definitely recommend doing that. Something else that I do on my email that I do to keep organized is flagging things. It's basically like my to-do list, and then I check them off, and then they have a little green check when they transform into a done, completed email. And then I will sort them into my inbox. So that is super helpful and it helps you keep yourself organized. The next thing that I like to use at work is a whiteboard. So I like to use a whiteboard and set it up as a calendar. As you guys can see, I set mine up with washi tape, where it's just like the colorful tape. So I set mine up like that and I reset it for every month because we have certain deadlines of things that we have to send off on certain days, and it can be super confusing if you're just trying to remember because it adjusts differently to every single month. On top of the whiteboard calendar, I also have just a regular paper calendar, and the reason why I like to have two is because the whiteboard is more for like my team to see because it's so big. So that's more of like a general, okay guys, this is what's gonna be due for us in this month. Whereas my paper calendar is more just for personally me. Like if I'm assigned a project, then I'll put it there. Or if I have a meeting with somebody that not everybody is in, then I will also put it there. And of course, another organizational tool that I have is my handy dandy to-do list notebook. It's not like any specific kind of notebook, it's just a regular line notebook. So I just make a new to-do list every single day, start on a new page every single day, put little check boxes next to each item, and then I will cross them off as I get them done throughout the day. I know it seems super simple, but just visualizing and seeing it will definitely help you on your day-to-day tasks. The next question that I had was, what kind of degree do I have and what kind of degree would I need for this sort of role? In order to get that, I have a degree in communications, but with a concentration in PR. So basically a public relations degree, a bachelor's. You do not need a bachelor's in public relations. You can have a marketing. I'm sure any sort of business degree will suffice for this sort of position. But what they're really looking for is someone who is organized, is well in time management, can basically just get the grasps of things and know how to communicate them well. So of course you will need a 4-year degree for my position. It's a requirement. So my job did require that I had a 4-year degree. The next one is more of a general question, and it is, what are some of my biggest tips for people who are going into marketing? So going into this job, this was my first legit career job, and in marketing as well. I had done other things more related to public relations and more related to social media, because that's basically what my interest was before this job. I would say the biggest tips is to be organized, no matter in what aspect. Like I was saying with the emails, if I could go back and resort all those things from the beginning, I wouldn't have 12,000 emails in my inbox. The next thing that I would definitely recommend is understanding the company's goals. Not every single company is going to want to have the same things. Of course, companies are going to want to make money and stuff, but what are you really trying to get across as a company? So you want to be able to understand that so you are an asset into achieving those. The next thing that I would recommend is understanding the product and service. So that way when you're marketing these things, you know how to market it and you know what you're marketing. Because if you're trying to market it a certain way and it's not even going to appeal to the customers that way because it's not even the way that it should be promoted, then it's going to be a bust and you're just not going to be able to get the message across as well. Another tip that I have is to always be looking for trending topics and competitors in your field or industry. And my last two tips are, don't be afraid to ask questions, and also don't be afraid to ask for help. Definitely ask for help. Your team is your team. They're there for you and you're all working towards the same goal. So reach to your higher ups, reach to anybody, your coworkers, and I'm sure they'll be willing to give a helping hand. And my last question that I'm going to be answering for this Q&A are, what are classes that helped me in college? And if I'm being 100% completely honest, for this specific position, I would give two classes specifically. My business etiquette writing class. Prior to taking that class, I didn't understand like proper etiquette of writing to people in a business setting. And that class just immensely helped me, and you know, there's certain rules that you don't know unless you take that class. So if you're in college or if you're able to take a class like that, I would definitely recommend it. And the second thing that I would recommend, the second class that I would recommend, is anything that has to do with Excel, PowerPoint, Word. Those programs are super essential to these, at least to my position. I know we use Excel on a daily basis. If you are able to come up with a report that is able to show revenue, show lift, all sorts of stuff like that, you're gonna be like the star of the show. I definitely would recommend taking a class that has to do with like programs, Microsoft programs like that. That is all that I have for the Q&A. I hope this answered some questions. I hope it helped you out. If you had any questions about marketing, like I said, if you have any questions whatsoever, just leave them in the comments down below. I respond to all my comments, and I really appreciate you guys watching. If you did like this video, and if you do like this sort of content, I would really appreciate it if you did subscribe. I post every single Monday, and I hope you guys have a great Monday, guys, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.